Hi everyone, and welcome to the Good Woo. This is a video on the new moon in Aries and the days leading up to it that we call the balsamic phase of the moon or the dark phase of the moon. This is the second time I am making this video. As you know, I'm working right now and I tried to make it while I was on set and it did not work. So I get a redo, and we all get redos right now for two reasons. One, Mars is in Gemini. Gemini is the sign of the twins, right? Of duality. It means that we're always going to have an opportunity to do things twice. Or another way to look at it is you're going to have to repeat things. You're going to have to do things twice while Mars is in Gemini. Now, we'll be moving into Cancer at the end of this month. So we want to take this opportunity to actually, there's a wonderful energy to put a lot of action, will, and drive around your intellect, learning, reading, writing, communications. Now, right now, as we're in the dark moon, we have this aspect that we call a square between the planet Mars, which is in Gemini, and Neptune, which is in Pisces. So Mars and Neptune squaring each other, it means they're having a tense dialogue. This creates a kind of tension, an impetus, a need for action within us. But where this can be difficult is where we look at the lower vibes of these archetypal energies of Mars and Neptune. And it can mean, Mars being action and drive, Neptune ruling illusions, lies, deceit, substance abuse. So this can be a time where we really want to be very careful about what we're ingesting. And we want to be careful about driving on the road, the actions we're taking. You can also, this can result in a feeling of great fatigue, right? Where this planet of Neptune, very watery, and especially in Pisces, can be dampening your drive, your will, your energy. And because Mars is in the sign of Gemini, it can be like a dampening of your intellect. So muddy, cloudy thinking as we're in this balsamic moon phase. But this is actually really great because this new moon in Aries is going to initiate us into a massive new chapter. Technically, this new moon is the first new moon in the astrological new year that started in the spring equinox. So this dark moon is so important to really purge and let go. And if there's confusion and paranoia, and Mars being the planet of anger and resentment, all of that is going to be coming up so that it can be released. So that's why it's a really good thing, why this aspect, although it may be difficult and really bringing a lot up for you, maybe anger and resentment Mars, that you want to numb out, Neptune, be that with, Netflix and chill, alcohol, drugs, sex, the phone, whatever it is, right? Food. Instead, if you sit with these difficult emotions around desire, anger, resentment, sex, trauma, whatever that is, and give it over in surrender, that the high vibe of Neptune, right? And Neptune and Pisces is that ultimate surrender, that letting go, that faith and trust that allows that connection between spirit to open up so wide that spirit moves in your life and orchestrates your life exactly how your highest self would want it to go, right? Opening up a portal so that the unseen can work in your life and truly create and manifest your heart's desires. So the tension is good because it's showing us what we have to let go of during this dark moon phase. So when that new moon pops, bursts, and opens us up to this really juicy Aries energy, we're ready. We're ready for it. We've made room for it. Now, this moon, so auspicious, right? We have this planetary bundle in the sign of Aries, which is new beginnings, that the sprout that it bursts forth from the earth to create the new life. It's so optimistic. This is such a beneficial, beautiful new moon. There is one conversation, though, that Venus in Aries is having with Pluto in Capricorn. Now, Pluto's been in Capricorn for a few years now. Pluto is, in my opinion, as I work with, cosmic weather, Pluto is very much about like power dynamics and ones that have hurt us, the power dynamics that have hurt us through trauma, sexual trauma, rape, but not just, you know, those personal situations. When you look at like the relationship of humanity to the earth, to our resources, Pluto is like the volcano. It's where you must look at the taboo. You must look at the pain. Pluto is squaring Venus, right? This Mars squaring Neptune, Pluto squaring Venus. A tense conversation between our past pain and trauma and this Venus in Aries, which is saying, but this new passion, this new love, this new project, this new chapter, this new you. So there could be a bit of this drag, right? Between, okay, I want this, I know I value this is where I want to go, but these things I did in the past, or, oh, but I've been so hurt. How can I look forward? How can I trust, right? That Neptune and Pisces, how can I surrender? How do I let go? How do I open up? If we do the work during this dark moon phase, today, tomorrow, Sunday morning, leading up to this new moon, and really be honest about how the past pain, relationships, all of what we would consider that which may taint us, what brings up shame and guilt, if we can find a way to love it, to really see, and I know I'm on this ad nauseum, to look at what we don't want to accept about ourselves or others or our life or our past, and instead embrace it like it's a child. Embrace it like, you know, a toddler. When a toddler is throwing a tantrum, what it really needs, right, is not like our discipline and, oh, time out, and you're being so. What it needs is to be held and accepted, and it needs to be told, I see you. I see you're having some frustration. I see your anger. I see it. And usually with the toddler, that tantrum dissolves, and what is left is a receptivity to unconditional love. That's where we're at, right? It's where we want to take all that dross, that detritus that we've been through, and claim it as our own. And I think about this archetype of King Midas, right? You think about the Midas touch, where literally in Greek mythology, this king, he thought it was going to be this amazing, you know, I want to be able to touch, everything I touch will turn to gold, but then, you know, everything he's touching is turning to gold, including the humans in his life. But this idea of this archetype that is within all of us, this King Midas, to touch the gross or the painful or what we would consider unforgivable, to touch it and turn it into gold. Because these new projects, these new relationships, this new chapter, it needs that fertile soil, you know, and that manure, that shit. Sorry, I mean, for those of you who don't like cussing, I mean, I'm going to use the word shit because Pluto is turning shit to gold and using it as fuel. You know, you think about what is gasoline. It's literally like the rot of millions of years ago of plants and animals, and we're using that to power our society right now. That's exactly it on an individual level right now with this new moon. So when this new moon peaks, we have this incredible support from Jupiter and Saturn, connecting to the moon, connecting to the sun, connecting to Venus and Mercury. So we are going to have the resources to move forward on these goals. We are going to have the structure, the discipline, whatever we need to be that boss, that CEO, that whatever, that, you know, the king of our life. We have all of that energy, all of that archetypal energy right at our fingertips. So it's so important to know What are you committing to? What are you going to start? Because it could have legs for years. And this is wonderful if what you're starting is in alignment with your heart and your soul. And this is why when Venus is involved in a lunation like this, it's a clarion call to go, okay, do I really want this? Is this really aligned with what I want for myself? Am I acting, Mars, in a way that is reflective of my true values? Because if that's so, this new moon is going to be one that you will remember for the rest of your life, where you'll look back and you'll go, well, what were you doing at the end of March, beginning of April of 2021? Because it's that powerful what we can start right now. So you want it to be in alignment. Now, remember, I've tried to make this video before, and I wanted to show you, and I hope the cards are still on top that I use. Let's see. It's not. So originally the card that I pulled, oh, here it is, was the stone. And because we are still, as if you're watching this video before the new moon, we're still in this phase of let go, let go, let go. Now, I don't know about you guys, but it's difficult for me to let go sometimes, especially because I've been through so much. And we get so comfortable with what's happened to us, the stories we tell ourselves, because it kind of creates some identity. But I want to encourage you guys to like rip off the masks and these stories that we tell ourselves, to just let it all go and reinvent yourself. So when stone comes up, to me, this is a reminder that the natural world is here to heal you. It is a symbiotic relationship. And the earth itself, the stones, the mineral kingdom, that dimension of reality is incredibly powerful when we're wanting to let go and purge ourselves of the pain of the past. So the crystals of onyx, obsidian, smoky quartz, and there's actually many, many more that we can use to help us release the darker feelings, resentment, grudge points, you know, the jealousy, the envy, whatever it is that's holding you back from being able to align with what you really want. So when we pull this card, it's like, okay, what's a way that we can use this? Well, take a crystal in your left hand, you know, one of the three that I mentioned, or whatever is speaking to you as you're letting go, and tap it out. I let go of this pain. I let go of this anger, this resentment, this regret, this shame, this guilt, whatever it is, and tap it out. If you don't know about tapping, you can go on to the internet and type in EFT tapping technique. And there are so many videos that amazing people have made, and some, you know, how-tos of how to embrace the EFT technique. It's changed my life. I highly recommend it. There's a long form, which is what you're seeing me do right now. And then there's a short form, which is to release, you tap around the left ear. To call in, you tap around the right ear. So right now, as we're leading up to the new moon, we're going to want to tap out. I release this pain. Oh, the memories of this pain where I feel, you know, I feel my broken heart, or this shame, this guilt. I release it now. I release it from every cell in my body. I release it from every layer of my being. And then when the new moon becomes exact, that's when we start calling in, right? That's when we start making intentions and really planting seeds. And then that would look something like, you know, I am calling in my highest good. I align with abundance. I align with prosperity. I align with goodness. Yeah, I align with love. Something like that. So research EFT. It's a life-changing game. I just want to, you know, now that we're doing this again, right? We have Mars and Gemini. It's giving us that second chance at doing everything right now. But also, if you remember at the beginning of this video, I said there's two reasons why we're having to do things twice. And that's also because the North Node is in Gemini. The North Node is like our, you can think of it as like the North Star. It's where we need to be going. It's where we need to be focusing. It's the lesson right now. So it being in Gemini is like our choices. Gemini is all about choices. It's about communication, writing. How we communicate right now is so important. And we are going to get chances to do it over, which is awesome. Gemini is also about, you know, friendship and siblings and that early community in our life, the way that we share our minds. And so we have a chance right now with our siblings and our friends to refresh, reset, and think about, is this relationship in alignment? And if I still want this relationship, how do I need to change the way I think about it to raise its vibration? So let's pull another card. I was going to try to keep this to 15 minutes, but God, that's hard, isn't it? Okay, our next card is the womb. Okay, this is perfect. In the dark moon, it's like we are in the womb. We are about to be born in the new moon. And so again, it's like this seed, if you look, it's perfect. What are you about to birth? I want to encourage you to birth your next self, the next version of you. What is the next incarnation of you now? Instead of like waiting to die to have your next incarnation, like do it now with this new moon. Who do you want to be? When you think of that ideal self that has everything you think that you want and has done everything that you think you want to do, can't you just be that person now? That's the invitation we have right now. And to jump into that higher form of self, we've got to let go of the darkness we've held on to because it's what we've known. That's as an individual, that's as a society, that's all of it. That's the name of the game. So then, in this other deck, I pulled Get More Information, Choose a New Direction, and the situation will improve. So this was all about get more information. That's the Gemini, right? That's the Mars in Gemini. That's the Gemini North Node. If you can't make a choice right now and you don't know which way to go, it's because you don't have enough information and you need to seek it out. The next card was Choose a New Direction. So that being, when you get the information you need, you're going to go, oh, I can actually do this in a better way. And then, of course, the situation will improve. So whatever it is in your life right now that has you feeling resistance to optimism, goodness, the next phase, there is more information you need to make the decision you're trying to make. You are going to receive that in this dark moon and through the phase of this new moon. So the new moon will be super powerful for the first 2 weeks after it. And it really like rules the entire month, the entire moon cycle leading up to the next new moon. So this month, there's a lot of new information that's going to come in that's going to help you change directions, that creates improvement in all areas of your life, and especially in any situation that is plaguing you. I don't know why I use that word. So anyway, so let's pull just another card of this deck just to refresh the energy, since this is the second time I'm doing this reading. One more card. What else do we need to see about this rumination? Okay. We got no. So this speaks to this dark moon phase, which is so important that we are letting go of what we know is bad for us. Bad, meaning where we are putting our energy and nothing comes back. You know where that is in your life, and we all have places that are like that. And sometimes where we pour ourselves into something and we get nothing back, we can get addicted to that because we're so trying to figure out why we can't get anything back. This dark moon gives us the sight with this Mars-Neptune square to see where we're pouring our energy into the abyss. And then you have got to pull it back. And that takes discipline. But remember, this new moon is linked to Saturn, which is the planet of discipline. You have it. It's accessible right now to be able to say no to the people, places, things, substances, habits, routines, whatever it is that stop you from feeling like you're worthy of going after those big, huge, lofty, juicy goals. The bottom of the deck, we got listen to your intuition. So remember, if you watch these videos, what is the yes? You ask the body, what does a yes feel like? And then you sit with that sensation. Really get to know that sensation. Where does the yes, where does it go in your body? And then let that go. And then ask your body, what does a no feel like? And really get to know that sensation, even though it may be uncomfortable. And look, we got, that's so funny. We got the no, and then the next card came out was the yes. I mean, I can't make this stuff up. What does the no feel like? What does the yes feel like? And then that is listening to the intuition. So you're going to need the intuition as we move in, because you're going to have so many choices. There's going to be opportunities everywhere. New friendships, new relationships, new jobs, new projects, new belief systems, new patterns of thought, all of this. And your discernment has never been more important. What does the yes feel like? What does the no feel like? And that's where I'm going to leave this today. So thank you all so much for viewing. I'm not taking new clients right now as I'm working on a project and product development for The Good Woo. But if you have any questions, please email me at info@thegoodwoo.com.org. No, info@thegoodwoo.org. Yeah. It's been a while. So also, I just wanted to let you guys know that when you do email me, if I don't get back to you, it's only because I'm super busy, and I will be getting back to you. I have a backlog of emails, and I want to thank you guys so much for the support. I know you're used to, some of you who watch these, you're used to, getting The Good Woo every week, but for a while I just have to ease off of it. The work schedule and the product development, they're both really important for how The Good Woo develops in the future. So thank you for your grace as I make some adjustments. And yes, eventually it will go back to normal. So you guys, what's the yes? What's the no? And this idea of what are you birthing that you are going to be nurturing like it's a child. And Aries really is that childlike energy, that joie de vie. And you're going to have an opportunity to fall madly in love with life again. And that means you're going to have to let go of the heartbreak of the past, whatever that means to you. Thank you all so much for viewing. Bye.